Down to our sideline reporter, D. D, what do you got for us?
So Morgan County's starting lineup for Game 2 is going to look a little bit different than from Game 1. They're going to bring in some new players, but also some of the same players in new positions. We are here in Athens, Georgia, in Sanford Stadium, just minutes away from the national championship game in Indianapolis. I'm Dee Turner, and I'm here with Catherine Lewis tonight. I think you're overlooking the most obvious answer, which is softball. They are talented in all three areas. We already talked about Kirkpatrick's pitching. There are 4 girls on the team who have 10 or more home runs on the season. And then you've got girls like Jada Kearney at center field, Ellie Armistead at shortstop. They're a great team. They made it to the World Series last year, and I think that they can do it again and go even further. But I just talked to Brendan Conway's parents, who are bundled up in a wind-resistant sports tent pod. They have it unzipped just a little bit for them to see under, but they've got a heater in there. I stuck my hand in. It is toasty. I'm jealous out here. Back to you guys. Athens Academy girls soccer beat Wesleyan 2-0 with a thrilling ending in the first game of the GHSA playoffs tonight at home. Yeah, guys, the frustration on the Morgan County side is definitely growing as 2 players were ejected from the game. Right, Ben. So last week, Morgan County lost to Harlem, but earlier this week, Richmond Academy beat Harlem. So now it's kind of a toss-up between all 3 teams who is going to win this region. That's why tonight is a must-win game for both of these teams. So, Coach, the emotions got a little high towards the end of that 6th inning. What were you telling your team to get them through the rest of the game? And what takeaways from these games are you going to use going into Tuesday? This is Dee Turner, and I'm with freshman UGA track runner Kenandra Davis, and this is 100 meters. So, how long have you been running track?
I've been running track for 5 years now.
And what made you decide to come to UGA?
Well, it's kind of weird, as I say this. I actually was originally committed to USC, but the coach left and came here, so I followed her because I knew that's who I wanted my coach to be.
Okay, and you're also originally from Texas, so what's the biggest difference between Georgia and Texas?
It's just very humid here. From the part of Texas I'm from, it's not humid, so that's the biggest. I like dry heat.
Yeah. So what would you say is your biggest accomplishment in your track career?
Winning state twice in a 100 and 200 and winning the Prefontaine Classic in high school.
So walk me through a pre-meet ritual. What do you normally do?
I like to do a little bit of box breathing, and then I have a nice playlist that I like to listen to.
Okay, and if you did any other event besides sprints, what would you do?
Long jump.
Okay, and some quick fire, 100 meter or 200 meter?
Depends on the day, but I'm going to say 200 right now. That's my best right now.
Indoor season or outdoor season?
Outdoor by far.
Who's your favorite athlete of all time?
Allison Felix.
And you've got a meet coming up next weekend. What are you hoping for?
PRs. That's always what I'm looking for.
All right, this has been Dee with KD, and that's 100 meters. The 3rd-ranked Clark Central boys soccer team is off to its best start since 2018. They've gone undefeated in their first 9 games. Some of that success comes from a special group. 11 of the 24 Gladiators played on the same club team last fall. While some players joined the Athens United team just last season, others have played together for more than a decade.
Not only are we like teammates, we're also like really good friends. Like we're all friendly to each other, and we've like went to tournaments together. We've traveled together, and we've known each other since we were like in elementary school. So it's just like our chemistry is really good, and it transfers to the high school season as well.
Since they all play the same positions on both teams, the boys know each other's tendencies. That has helped the Gladiators outscore their opponents 30 goals to 4.
Like, for example, Clayton, I know how fast he is and what I need to do to help him score and stuff. And so it definitely helps knowing each other for so long, because I know everybody's skill set, and that just, it makes us a more cohesive unit.
8 boys from the Athens United group are regular starters for Clark Central. Coach Chris Aiken says he counts on them to deliver for the team in clutch moments. The Gladiators are trying to reach the playoffs for the 4th time in 5 years.
Clayton and Cullen are definitely 2 key offensive weapons for our program. I think, again, having them on the same club team really helps with their chemistry in high school. They know each other's strengths and weaknesses and where they're going to be positionally on the field. And so they're definitely key pieces we rely on. And the good thing about having them is it draws a lot of attention from the other teams to kind of key in and mark them, which frees up a lot of the other players to get opportunities. And so if you're going to try to mark Clayton or Colin, we got a lot of other weapons that'll be open for nice 1v1 matchups.
While this group has developed a relationship on the pitch, they've also formed strong friendships. They say being on the team together has brought nothing but fond memories.
Going to Alabama and playing for regionals with like the whole team as like our last year, big tournament. It was really fun. Also in a hotel room, FIFA tournaments, late night dinners. It's so much fun.
This is the last season altogether for the club team players since half are seniors. The remaining Gladiators have mixed emotions about next year without their older teammates.
It's definitely gonna hurt a little bit because again we played on the same team every season for at least 10 years now, so it's like a part of the family leaving. But I think it makes me appreciate them a lot more and appreciate what we've had. So yeah, I'm gonna miss them a lot.
Dee Turner, Carmichael Sports Media Institute at UGA. The Morgan County girls basketball team is looking to make the playoffs for their 9th consecutive time this year. Their biggest key to getting there? Senior guard Shay Brown. Brown is the team's current leading scorer. She scored her 1,000th point last month against region opponent Cross Creek. This milestone is impressive considering she originally had no desire to even play basketball.
Well, I told one of my trainers that I wasn't going to play basketball, and he got on to me because it wasn't really interesting to me at first. But then I got into it for real, and I just loved it ever since.
Head coach Timothy Roop says Brown's inside scoring ability has improved significantly over the years.
When she came in, that's all she wanted to do was shoot. Is shoot the outside shot, shoot the outside shot, shoot the outside shot. Now she has developed that attacking game. If the outside shot's not falling, she's going to get to the rim. So she progressed there. Now she's, hey, I can shoot the shot, I can attack if I need to, or I can pull up and hit the mid-range shot.
Brown is averaging more than 14 points per game, but her younger teammates rely on her for much more than just scoring.
She is one of the people that stand up and try to bring the motivation back up. She gets things in line in practice when things are going slow or people aren't hustling. She's the person to get everybody together and be like, hey, we need to do this or we need to do that. So I think I look up to her and a lot of the younger girls too because she takes a big role off and on the court.
The team is currently sitting at 4th in the region. The Bulldogs need to hold on to that spot to make it into the playoffs. They also need Brown to lead the way for them.
I mean, she's a good basketball player. I mean, she's going to give it her all. She's going to play probably the entire game, and do everything she can to help us win.
Dee Turner, Carmichael Sports Media Institute at UGA.